How smart is this? It is a garden pot mover. It comes with an adjustable handle and it will fit planters from 8 inches to 30 inches high. Imagine trying to pick that one up on your own. There would go your back or your legs. So it's a really smart, particularly if you love to have a container garden, or if you maybe even just have one or two, maybe in the front porch or on the deck that you need to move. It is completely worth its weight in gold. $65 is what it normally costs. We have a clearance price, which means we're not going to be able to get any of these back in, of $49. That is saving you $16 off of the QVC price. We have it on an easy payment plan of $12.25. So what that means is that you get it home today, we send it off to you, and all you did was place $12.25 on your credit card. And that's any major credit card. It doesn't take a Q card to do that. You get it home, you try it out. You have 30 days to try it out. M55665 is your item number. Susan Butterworth is joining us. She brings us such unique, practical items, and this is that 100%. It is so good to see you. Look at that.
Hi, Terry. So good to see you. You know, we have a lot of beautiful pots where we might have things we want to move. This is the best way to move it. And it saves you on your back, your hips, your knees. So right now, I'm moving this giant cement pot filled with spring flowers. It weighs about 95 pounds. I could not move that on my own. And I wouldn't want my husband, Bruce, to do it either, because that's going to hurt our back, our knees, and our hips. So look what I can do. It's almost like it's a golf pull cart, but it has this great scoop in the front, and I can move things that weigh up to 165 pounds, and I can do pots that are 36 inches all the way down to 8 inches. So, you know, cement pots, terracotta pots, they are really heavy, and you're showing that easy way that you can just squeeze that sort of, it's like a trigger almost, to bring up what will lock the plants in to that great pull cart. And I'll show you over here as well. I put in this metal bucket because a lot of times we like to have, fun little fire pit action. So we load it up with firewood, but look how I'm able to just bring it up. So I could do a pot that's 36 inches tall, but I can come down and do something that's 8 inches tall as well and hold up to 165 pounds. And look how the way I do it is I have a little step right here, and that helps me push it up, and then I can move it to wherever I want. I'm on top of a rug that Barb King sold many years ago on top of flagstones, but you could do it inside, over dirt, over gravel, over your driveway. The wheels are no mar wheels. Not going to hurt your inside floors if you want to move plants inside, and they're never going to go flat. But Terry, you've got a great picture there of that lifting device. So there's that little metal hook in the beginning. When you put it down flat, what you're going to do is you're just simply going to get it as close as possible to your pot. And I'll show you how I do it right here. You just, move it close, you tip, and then you just push it under.
Okay.
And that's all you have to do. You don't, and then you just lock it with this locking bar, and then you just move it to wherever you want to move.
I love that you said you put fireworks. As soon as you said, we fill this bucket with, for the going out to the fire pit, I was thinking ice and cocktails or beer or wine.
So you know what? We do that too. Yes.
Right. Take one out with all of the firewood. Take another one out with all of the drinks, and then you could get one of those huge buckets and be able to fill it. Imagine trying to carry that with ice and bottles inside. So it's not necessarily just for your plant planters. But think about this, if they're the real terracotta, or even if they're the fake looking terracotta, they look very realistic and they're light.
Yeah.
They're not light once you put in all of the soil and all of the beautiful plants. So even
And
if
the
this,
water.
yeah, and the water. I mean, even if this is just to move like 2 beautiful planters that you have out in the front every year, it would completely be worth it.
It's totally worth it. Now I've got this pot here. This probably weighs about 45 pounds. But the thing about when pots are on the ground, that's when you have to come down low and try to pick it up. That's when you strain your back and your hips and your knees. So get this and use it to do all the heavy duty work. It's like having an extra helper around, and you're not hurting yourself, but you're able to have the freedom to move things. And a lot of people move their pots around, or maybe your tree keeps growing and now you're shady where you were sunny and you have to move things. And this just makes it so easy because you're just, gently taking it. I'm going to show you also, if it's super heavy, you just put your foot back on that same pedal and let it go down slowly. So they thought of everything to make your life easier while you're trying to move things in your yard. And the way you have it right now, it looks like that golf pull cart where you would lay your golf clubs back and drag it along. And a lot of us know that. This allows you, with that beautiful scoop bar in the front, now to move heavy cement pots, terracotta, that big thing container of ice for your party, or the firewood, or whatever you want to do, because you're not limited to just moving pots. But what you're doing is you're giving yourself that freedom. And remember, you can hold up to 165 pounds, and you can move up to a tall plant at 36 inches high, or all the way down to a small 8-inch pot.
Well, and originally this was $65. So if you're considering it, think about the fact that it's on clearance now, which saves you about $16. The other thing about clearance, though, here at QVC, 2 main differences. Number 1, it means we're never getting it back in. And I did that this weekend. I tried to look something up from QVC that I know we always have, and it wasn't there. It was probably on clearance and no longer available. But if you need to return it, unlike a lot of other retailers, I almost said realtors, you can do that as well. $12.25 and only 850 remained, and this will be gone and never to be seen from again. Thank you so much, Susan. So good to see you.
Oh, Terry, delightful as always. Happy spring.
Happy spring. Oh, it's so nice. I am just thrilled.